Hello everyone, my name is Overhuman It's to some more Let's Play Xenoblade Chronicles. Last time we've accomplished 2 affinity missions and thus completed the cycle of infinite filler no jutsu. Yes, this is Naruto Shippuden, believe it or not. And today we are entering chapter 6. As per usual, I do have things to say that I did beforehand, and I do need to address it. The first thing we gotta mention is I dumped Miranium into Nopon Gamer's guild. I've upgraded it to level 3. I've also upgraded Candy's Incredible, I believe, to level 4. And thus every equipment that we shall buy afterwards shall be so much more powerful and unlock new series and other things along those lines. The second thing I'm gonna mention is as per usual, the recommendation of chapter 6. There are, of course, specific requirements. The first one is you need to complete a friend in need, which is one of the very first one we've accomplished. It's a very easy one and you should have no trouble doing that. Of course, the second one is surveying 20% Noctilum. If you even had remotely if you even remotely placed probes, you should have more than 20%. If about nearly 30% of the entirety of Nocturne completely done, so that should not be of any trouble if you follow this guide along. And of course, our required level of today is around level 23. There are exceptions where you can split it to be around, I believe, 24, 25 if you want to be secure, but if you want a good general level, especially since we'll have to do multi-fights, 23 is around what I recommend if you want to go for a specific, for something that can be somewhat challenging. With all of that said, of course there are other things that we're going to talk about in the episode. Let's get started. Chapter 6, Dark Matters.
Just stand there! Push back! We can't let them get close!
Even our skills are powerless before them.
Continuing to persist here is meaningless. It will only serve to thin our ranks.
After all this time, we've finally found a clue that may lead us to the Great One.
With respect, the phenomenon space surrounding this planet is only 800 exodents in diameter. 3 days at light speed is more than enough to scour it thoroughly. If the Great One or the Samar Federation homeland were here, don't you think we would have found something by now? It's one thing to engage the enemy all the way out near that forsaken chunk of rock they call Earth. But then to be swallowed up by that strange light and dumped off here in this primordial hellhole? Are we cursed? And trapped with humans of all things. It's like some sick joke. If someone told me this was death, I'd believe them.
All the more reason to persist. We must retrieve it if we ever hope to escape the confines of this phenomenon.
Grandmaster Luxor.
Speak.
I bring news.
Really? And he can be trusted? Most interesting.
What should I whip up today?
Oh god damn it! It's actually dinner time right now. Well, it's not dinner time. It's midday, so basically I need to eat. Oh well, what sounds good? A fried chicken. Oh, that sounds great. Foie gras. That's more like supper time. Maybe if I do an episode around supper time at some point or another, that'd be great. But not today. Tandoori chicken. That also sounds quite nice. Pot. You know what? It's freaking looking good.
That is a great idea.
Lindley, what is Lindley making?
Fried chicken. We're out of meat, so I need something that tastes like chicken. Or should I say someone who tastes like chicken?
What? Tatsu not taste like chicken. Tatsu tastes like fruit and poison. Tatsu tastes like poison pig.
Wait, I just remembered. We have plenty of chicken.
Hey, Lindley did that on purpose. Lindley is cruel and mean.
What's up? Come and get it.
Now that was a meal. I'm impressed, Lynn. My team could learn a thing or two.
I'm glad you liked it.
But you didn't stop by just for a meal, did you?
No. You know me, Elma. It's about a job.
It would seem to us the good sir would like to pick our brain. Of course, we will gladly let him in one ear and out the other.
Almost, Elle. Almost that time.
An alien mech? What type?
No idea. It doesn't match anything on record as far as I can tell. No one's seen anything like it. It looks abandoned, too. Totally ripe for the picking.
Oh man, you're giving me goosebumps!
Right? It's located here.
That's pretty deep in Noctilum. No wonder you wanted to talk to Elle.
Exactly. But here's the rub. The Ganglion are after it, too. From what we can tell over Frontier Nav, they've gone after it several times already, and failed.
Well, yes, that doesn't surprise us in the least. That's tainted land.
Tainted? Doesn't sound fair.
They are savage beasts. Ferocious. Insatiable.
He's talking about these.
We didn't run into anything like that in Noctilum, did we?
The tainted are territorial. They only dwell deep within a specific part of the forest there. Although it doesn't seem right to even call it a forest anymore.
Why do you say that?
Because the tainted devour any and all living things, apart from other tainted, that is.
You mean even mighty Tatsu not safe?
Indeed, you would be swallowed whole. The tainted would make no bones about you, I'm afraid.
Interesting. They must be formidable to be defeating the Ganglion over and over.
But if what Elle says is true, it could work in our favor.
Right. Our bodies are artificial moons. If the tainted don't perceive us as living things, we might be safe.
Let's back up a sec. You reported all this to the commander? Our top priority above all else is supposed to be searching for the life form. Are you suggesting we set that aside to try and uncover this mess?
Exactly. Commander Vandam is why I'm here. Specifically requested I enlist your team. It's just as you say. There's no time for us to screw around. And we still absolutely need to find the Lifehold. But remember, the fact is we're also dealing with hostile Xenos here. Xenos who destroyed Earth and want every last one of us dead. Xenos who also seem to want this mech. And desperately.
And if it's that important to them?
Right. What if it's a secret weapon, powerful enough to tip the scales?
Feels like a bit of a long shot, to be honest. But okay. Even if we can't use it, we should at least keep it from the Ganglion. Count us in. Any objections?
No, ma'am.
Glad to hear it.
But if we're going to take this on, we'll need to keep it quick.
Roger that. Elle and Tatsu, you hang back. Unlike us, the Tainted will target you guys for sure.
Oh, most considerate of you, good sirs.
Oh, Lindley! Lindley care about Tatsu after all!
Well, of course. After all this time watching over you and fattening you up, I'm not about to let my prize turkey go to some rabid indigents.
Chapter 6. Summary. Act Noctilum and retrieve the alien mech. God, that's a lot of XP and that's a lot of money. Oh, so much from that looks good. And our first objective, it's Noctilum's Dead Man's Clutch. Fitting name, if I do say so.
Everybody set?
Yes, sir. Ready to go.
Someone's excited.
Just doing my job.
Speaking of which, it's pretty amazing you made White Whale crew at your age. You have family here?
My mom and dad passed away. They didn't make it.
That day? The attack on Earth?
No, sir. It was before that. An accident.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. My parents were both design engineers who worked on the White Whale project. But there was a mishap with the primary engine test. Still, it's thanks to them and people like them that the rest of us are all still here, you know? They made the White Whale spaceworthy, so they didn't die in vain. At least, that's what I like to think.
I see. So they gave you a spot on the White Whale to say thanks. Thanks to your parents for all their hard work.
It's a debt I try to repay every day, helping out folks any way I can.
Don't misunderstand, Lau. Lynn earned her spot on the crew like anyone else. It was her talent and determination that made it happen. Her parents' positions provided an environment for her to learn in, but that's it. Lynn got to where she is now entirely on her own.
It's okay, Alma.
No, she's right. Sometimes I talk before thinking. Sorry about that.
Don't be silly. You don't need to apologize to me, sir. Now, shall we get going?
You know, there are sweet little moments like this where I just gotta go. It's pretty cool. You know, where you're just like, that's sweet. But that's it, Lau, you ain't going out like this, buddy. Gotta fit you up a little bit, because you look, you know, damn bad. You don't look good, is what I'm trying to say. You need a fashion design, like, real quick. There we go, now you look a little less ridiculous. How about that? Now, let's get going to Noctilum's Dead Man's Clutch. Alright, here we are on FN Site 2010. I almost missed out that. Now, the first thing we gotta do is actually very simple. You see, you remember the fortress, right? Yeah, that's where we're going. Please don't. Fucking goddamn it. Alright, I'll fight you. Alright, there we go. That took some goddamn time. You're a persistent punch, I'll give you that much. But thankfully, you remember that we were on Blackback Bridge. And we went to the base of the ganglion. How we're gonna do now is go from the back and we'll head to Dead Man's Clutch. However, while we're doing this, I want to address some very small things that I changed I wanted to talk about. The first one is I changed my class during the change in episode, basically, between episode 24 and 25, which is today, which is now. I changed my class. I'm gonna show you. I changed my class to Blast Fencer, and I've completed Samurai Gunner. So if you want to have stats, well, they will be on screen right now, and you'll have a solid idea of what is this class. I find it particularly good if you want any specification of how to use this class. I mainly use it as a form of combo kind of attack. It's very weird because it's not like Samurai Gunner or any longsword stuff where you just set up you just do setup for a great deal amount of damage with one specific art. Blastmancer is mostly about just comboing your attacks in order to do consistent, consecutive damage. It's a very weird class to master, if only because Photon Saber isn't a particularly powerful weapon as much as it is a constantly powerful one. It's very strange, and once again, I understand if you have much more of an affinity towards longsword, because while Fallen Saber has some great potential, especially with its specific auras like Geolibrium, which is an amazing aura to have, and it does have some pretty stellar abilities like Stellar Ray. See what I did there? It's overshadowed, I think, especially early to mid game, if only because you have so much more dealing potential. And having so much more dealing potential is a lot more. It's a lot more common at this point in the game. Well, not common, but a lot more effective at this point in the game. Like I said, to mid to early stages. Like, it's not that it's completely useless. It is absolutely doable, and if you ask me, it's actually much more easier to manage than something like a support class, but it is rather difficult to master in order just to comprehend to begin with. Still, setting up your arts can be somewhat difficult, and I recommend being very, very picky on what you do with the class once you achieved it. Looks like I went in the bag for absolutely nothing, but I did get like one treasure out of it. Too bad that thing noticed me. Hopefully you won't kill me. Okay, and there we go.
Which way?
If we go straight, we should hit some caves that lead to our destination.
Okay then, let's go.
But yeah. Also, speaking of Noctilum, which I didn't speak anything of, but here we are in Deadman Ingress, BC. I do have to say, this is where the game gets a lot more tricky when traversing region. Because you're at a somewhat competent level, you think that you may be hot shit. Let me tell you, boy, you ain't hot shit, because there will be a lot more ambush. Like this one. Let me just kill him real quick. And there we go, took out some of them. That was fairly easy, no trouble at all. But yeah, this is where the game becomes a lot more demanding of how you approach situations. Now, you're fairly competent level, which means that you have fairly competent bit. God damn it. Alright, there we go. What I was trying to say is be just I'll be very silent now. It's just be careful when being around here, especially in Deadman Ingress, because they love to fucking ambush you. And you see that thing? Yeah, that's you know what, I'm not even gonna be greedy. Just try to smudge your way across. I may be thinking, that's not too bad. I fought Taluses before. Yeah, not this thing. This thing's a level 40 tyrant. Please don't run too far. Please don't run too fast, and please don't be very near this thing, because it's gonna kill you for sure. You can try to outrun into the cave, but it's probably gonna take your time if you're not careful enough, and that thing's gonna catch up to you, and that's bad news bears. I don't. Oh, god damn it, I have to fight Talus. Please be the last thing I kill, god damn it. I've been. Oh my god, I've had so many fucking times so far. I've just been interrupted. In like the last 5 minutes, I've cut maybe like 6 fucking times. This is ridiculous. But here we are at Dead Man's Gulch. God damn it.
This means we're getting close.
Yeah, it's just ahead.
Elma?
Relax. They won't bother us if we don't bother them.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but...